John Boy's Radio and Electronics Workbench. Today on the bench we have a Cobra 146 GTL that's in need of some repair. As you can look at the display, you can see we have a segment out here. The meter is stuck all the way to the peg. It's extremely scratchy on the volume. Segment is out there. I think that's the only one that's out. Kind of trying to go out there too. Might have to replace that. So I'm not going to bother with the showing you how I take it all apart, but I'll show you when I get it apart. We'll start to do some of it. Do the first checks on it. It's got receive. It's got good sensitivity. We got good transmit, I think. Take a look on the scope here. Audio. Yep, we got pretty good transmit there. I think that's going to be okay. There's no mic gain, so we don't have to worry about that one. Let's check to see if it's unlocked. It is locked. Oh, I'm going to do the hard part first. We got to repair the meter and get into this guy right here and find out if it's a display chip issue or a wiring or switch issue. So I'm going to take it apart off camera and I'll show you when I get inside. So these guys are a bit of a booger to get apart, but I've got the front panel off of here. And the way you fix the meters is there's a little screw right down here. I wanted to do it without removing this. See, they glue these on, which are kind of problematic for the 146, but you take the tape off of this guy right here, and you reach down with your screwdriver and you turn this half a turn counterclockwise, and as you can see, the meter is free again, and that should be good. And I have it apart, so it gives me a chance to clean it and everything. Now I need to check the display. These displays are a bit of a booger to get to as well. This display chip is really a pain in the butt to get to. I'm going to check it with the tracker and see if I can see if it is in fact the display chip that's bad, or the associated circuitry that connects it to the switch. These are really boogers to work on, so I'm not going to let you hear me cuss at it. So I'll be back after I check it, and we'll see if I even have the part to replace it. So I checked the display chip, and it does indeed have a segment out. Unfortunately, this has a very rare chip in it that I do not have, and it is pretty much unobtainium right now. So he's just going to have to live with that one segment being out. There's nothing I can do about that. But I can clean the inside here. We'll clean it and put it back together, and give it a tune-up and see how it performs. So now I'm going to get the toothbrush out and the cleaner and do some cleaning. And I'll get back to you when I get it back together. Well, it's kind of sad. Not only that, but this is a common cathode chip. All the other ones in the 29s and 148s use a common anode. It's a weird distinction. Don't know why they did it different in this one. I'm going to search around and see if I have one of these hanging around somewhere that I missed. I'm going to do some work in my junk. See if I could find something in my boneyard. I'll be back. Nope, I couldn't find a replacement for that. I had another 146 in the bin, but it had the same problem. Went through these caps a little bit. It needs to be recapped, so I have to go through and replace all these caps. Needs recapped pretty bad. Shouldn't take me too long to do that, an hour or two. I'm going to get on the recap job and get back to you when I get the caps all back in it. We got all these gray caps. Every one of them has to be replaced. So I looked at 2 of them, and 2 of them are really bad. So usually means that they could all use to be replaced. And I have the stuff to do that with. We'll go ahead and get that done. And I'll be back when I get through recapping it. All right, moving along here, we've got the front panel back on, cleaned and back on, sort of. First steps, proceeding on my recap. I'm kind of moving this way around here. I'm up to about here. Replace these guys. With some good Nichicon caps in there. As I pull them out, I check them, and they're all pretty much toast. They're not bad, but they are pretty bad. So I'm going to continue on with the recap, and I'll be back when I go. It's been about, about an hour in, so I got a good another hour to finish recapping. So we'll do that, and I'll get back to you as I go along here. All right, the recap is complete. Got it back together and found a couple of more problems. But I had to, the on-off switch was intermittent. It was shutting off all by itself all the time, and I was chasing that one, driving my crazy. Ended up being a spot on the board here. I think right here, there's a spot on the board where the switch comes through. Wasn't making contact very well. I think it's okay. It's still kind of... Oh, it's still doing it. So I still got some stuff to chase here. And the audio chip, this guy here was shorting out. So all kinds of little goodies on this one. I'm going to chase this other thing a little bit more. There's something going on here. I got to chase it some more. I'm going to pull all the solder off of that spot and see what's going on. I think it's just a bad connection. I'll find out. Okay, figured it out. Don't know if I can point this out to you, but you can see on the camera, I'll point to it. These 2 spots right here and right here, the switch for the on-off pokes through those holes and solders to the board. Well, it wasn't quite reaching through there enough, so I had to suck all the solder off on both of these pads here. Both of these pads right here and here. And then I took a tiny little piece of wire, like so. Just a tiny, tiny piece of wire. Put a hook on it, reached down inside the hole and hooked the hole that this thing has on the back of it, and then crimped it, pulled it through, and soldered it. And hopefully that'll hold, because it's not goofing up now. It's good. Everything's good. It's nice and tight. We got good everythings. So the unit is working. The meter is working. The meter is working. So now we just have to do alignment, put it back together. It's been completely recapped. Here's all the caps in there with all the knobs and screws and stuff. There's all the caps. It's been completely recapped. So I'm going to put the front on it. I'll start alignment. See how far we get with the alignment. Should be fine. Get that off of there. Yeah, that was a tail chaser. Had two problems that were non-related. The audio chip here was going away on me, this guy. But these are getting rare as hen's teeth too. I just happened to have an old 146 in the bin that I pulled it out of, so it's an OEM part. This one here was shorting out. It's getting hot and shorting out. This one's not hot at all. This one was getting hot. Something going on inside it. Okay. So now I'm going to put the knobs back. I'm going to clean the knobs first. Clean the knobs and put them back on. Start the alignment. Alright, I got the front back together. It's all clean and snazzy. I'm going to go ahead and do the alignment. Not going to bother you with the alignment part of it. It's the same as much of the other videos that I do on this subject. The IF is 10.695 instead of 7.8 on the 146, but basically it's the same deal. If you want, I'll show you the alignment points real quick if you want to see it. If you ever get into a 142 and you want to dick with it, there it is. That's the alignment. All the points for the alignment and all the cans. This here is the actual frequencies that you have to align it to. So if you have one of these or you don't have a 146 screenshot, you can take a look at that and screenshot it and take the stuff off of it. Everything else is pretty self-explanatory. I said I wrote down on here everything that's there: the AMC, the ALC, the RF meter, RF receive, carrier balance, and transmit frequency and squelch range. So it's all right there in the picture if you want to copy it or print it out. That's really all I need to do it. So now I'm going to do the alignment and I will be back after that. Okay, we are done with the alignment. Give you a quick visual on it. This is the receive audio on the scope. It goes all the way up and clips really nicely on both sides. That's perfect. There's the transmit audio. It's got a nice, let's give it a tone here. There's the, just barely in the, put it in the skip zone so there's no square waves, but it's got a lot of punch. Audio. So the transmit meter was pretty good here. Yep, transmit meter is really close. Could turn it up a little bit here. A little bit better. Yeah. Audio. So it swings and it looks good. Okay. I was wondering about this one. I was kind of had me by the schnoggers. Wasn't sure if I was going to be able to. This one had some crazy stuff. It still does. I can't fix the display. You can't even find these displays anymore for this particular unit. So yeah, you can see it's missing segments. It's all right. You can still tell where you're at, kind of, sort of. I don't even know where to. I've been having trouble getting them. The ones for this for a long time. They're common cathode instead of common anode, and they got really long leads, and it's really difficult to get into. You got to to get into this to replace it, you have to remove all this solder on this point right here to get the board to release, so you can back it out and look at it and get to it to get to this part of it. It's not fun. Don't like doing it. I think he'll be okay with it. He didn't have a complaint about it. I'll call a customer and see if, tell him what's going on. Some things you can do, some things you can't do. Completely recapped, and I'm going to put the covers back on, put it on the air, see how it sounds, make sure the speaker's good. So I'm going to put the covers back on. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, here she is. She has been restored. It was a kind of a mess. Here I am chasing my tail here. Kind of a mess. I would call this a kind of a restoration, considering it needed recapped, audio chip, multiple breaks on the circuit board that had to be repaired. All got kind of good stuff. And then we got all these parts here. Forgot to put that on. Okay, let's put all those into a bag. There you go. There's the caps, the old ones. We'll send those back to them with it. Here we go on the air. So put the bracket back on it. Kind of stuff I always forget. Yeah. Yeah, they certainly sound nice right after you recap them, boy. You get rid of all those old crappy caps out of there, and it just revives them. And this one definitely needed it. I would say 80% of the caps were not flat, but on their way to being flat. So you can see I got a segment out there. That's 38. And I can't get that part. I know I said it probably 5-10 times already. I looked around. They're just unobtainium. You can't get the one for the 146 anymore. But he can still tell where he's at. And the 2's got, that one comes back once in a while. But you can tell where you're at most of the time, and that's the main thing. It is still usable. Okay. All right. We made it. It's the final. This is the home stretch here. So, thanks for watching. Hope you made it to the end. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy these kinds of things. I will keep making them for records. I'm just a little small channel here, and just do what I do because it's kind of interesting for me to show people what's going on in this part of the electronics world, which is just a tiny little segment of what it used to be back in the 80s where everybody was doing it. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye now.